Hey, it's Steven Parado here, aka Stevie P, aka Macoom, and I'll stop there for now. And I wanted to create another video about etymology because etymology has fascinated me endlessly for the last year or two. And I've used etymology or just breaking down words to reveal so much about myself and reality. So much is encoded in words and encoded in the English language. So a lot can be revealed when you just take a closer look at certain words, even words that we use every day. Just when you look at them from that lens of what's the origin of this word? What does this mean? And you start playing with words, it reveals so much. Like even just words are spells because we spell words. Even that reveals so much, when we sentence ourselves to terms. So that's another example of the power of the word. So one of the most intense or revelations that I've had that's the most exciting is the word spontaneous. All right. I started looking into the word spontaneous and it revealed something really cool. So spontaneous, it means occurring without external stimulus. It comes from a Latin word, spontaneous, obviously, willing of one's free will. So now we're getting somewhere with this, all right? And it comes from, its original Latin is sua sponte, over here, which means of one's own accord or willingly, all right? And being spontaneous means you're acting on your own accord. So spontaneous means you are conscious. It means you are awake, if you will. People say spiritual awakening. And a manifestation of that or a byproduct of that is being spontaneous, because spontaneous means of one's own accord. And when you're acting in spontaneous ways, that means you're not on a program. Okay, so most people, and this is what you would consider not conscious, not higher conscious. You're conscious in the sense of just going about your daily business. A lot of people are operating on these loops. So it's basically just bundles of patterns. And until you act spontaneously or you do something spontaneous, you're operating in this pattern loop, in this habit loop, where it's autopilot. It's like robotic. If you've seen the show Westworld, it's like the hosts in Westworld that operate on these patterns. They're very human-like in terms of how they speak and how they act and all that, but they operate within a certain parameter of patterns and don't deviate from that loop. And if you think about it, most people do this. Most people go to work the same way every day, have the same thing for lunch, come home, do the same thing, have a similar dinner, and repeat cycle, repeat cycle. So being spontaneous is acting on your own accord, which means you are fully conscious. You are conscious to act how you choose to act. You act consciously when you're spontaneous. So that's what spontaneous revealed to me, the word spontaneous. So it's a byproduct of being conscious. So here's my invitation to you, because I like all the conceptual stuff, but I also like to have a practical takeaway from every video. Do something spontaneous today. Like whenever you have that urge or inspiration to do whatever, it could be the smallest thing. It could be doing a little hop while you're walking. It could be going to work a different way. It could be going somewhere different for lunch. Anything like that. Tune into a spontaneous urge, feel it because they're always arising. Tune in, feel that, and act on that spontaneous urge. As long as it's not like hurting someone or yourself, obviously. But act on that spontaneous urge and get used to tuning into that, because then you'll realize how much on autopilot you were. We tend to fall into those loops and fall into those habits. So be spontaneous every day, even if it's through small things, and you'll find that you'll be more conscious and more happy as a result. So that's all I got for today. Peace, everyone. Much love and one love, baby.